Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, we're here in Twine, where I first want to do some current quests. Have you seen a charm like this before? Found it among the stones brought from the mine. A lot of the workers were these for good luck, and I expect whoever lost it is wondering where it went. First time I've seen one made from cat's eyes, so the owner shouldn't be hard to track down. I'd go look for them myself, but I got too much to do. Would you be able to go in my place? The graveyard keeper is quite knowledgeable about charms and whatnot, so it might be worth asking him. What's that you have there? A cat's eye charm. Ah yes, cat's eye charms like this one were once used to ward off misfortune. The tradition began with the Church of the First Light. The gem represents their patron deity. Even though no one follows that old religion anymore, some of its customs remain, especially among miners. You don't see many this exquisite though. I seem to remember the fellow with an eye patch kept a similar charm around his neck. Might even be the exact same one. Never caught his name, but he's not hard to miss. The last I saw him, he was leaving to mine Nuvi's leavings with some others. Oh, I didn't notice you. What do you want? Does this happen to be yours? Where did you get this? One of the other miners found it. Gods, how could I have been so careless? This was all my sister left behind before she... Look, I'd rather not talk about it, but I appreciate you bringing this back to me. It means a lot. This apparently unlocked 2 additional quests here. Another time. Oh, my poor friends, left to be eaten by horrid beasts. I feel terrible about running away, but what choice did I have? No point in us all being killed, now is there? Finding someone to go and retrieve the bodies, I mean, rescue them would absolve me of the blame, yes? If you could go to the ruins of Kelp to look for 2 more scavengers, I would be very grateful. Okay, quite a bit away. Okay, here is a scavenger and jackals. Coyotes, okay. Whatever. Evil weapon. I know I could have killed your friends, but still. I'm alive? Can it be true? But it's too early to celebrate. The youngest of our group is still missing. Please, you must find him. I will wait for you outside the ruins in case you need help carrying whatever is left of the poor boy. Not very hopeful, are we? Huh. Does that count as near-death experience? I cannot wait to tell my friends. But first we should make a hasty retreat, yes? I cannot thank you enough for saving us. But how did you know we were here? Running away turned out to be the best choice. Not only did he escape, but he sent for help too. But if he tried to rescue us himself, he would probably be all dead by now. Better to run and scavenge another days, yes? I must remember to thank him. While we took an enormous risk in coming here, the treasures we found made it worthwhile. But we were forced to throw them away when those creatures came after us. Very valuable they are. The one so miner who used to live here in Calc had some excellent shinies. After the Mistral arrived with the thalers, everything changed and most of the laborers relocated to Twine. The place was abandoned, they only took what they needed, leaving everything else behind. Maybe these shinies were not so important to the Ronso, but to us scavengers, this is a treasure trove. If we were to return empty-handed, the whole expedition would have been a waste of time. Will you help me reclaim our bounty? The most precious of the bags were the bag of ancient coins, pretty tableware, and the damaged chest. Once we have those, we can go home. Yeah, you don't turn around the time. Okay. So what do we have here? Antique coins. Quiet. I said quiet. A better chest and even higher up. Here, I brought your relics. Looks like you found them all. May I take a closer look? These coins might not be worth much after all, but this crockery should fetch a small fortune. In the picture you can see the likeness of a great Kelk, and the elder who they named the town after. Collectors will pay a lot for this. But the works of art inside the chest are the real price. The historians will go giddy when we show them these. But I cannot help but feel a little sad. These scenes of bustling streets and children playing are a far cry from the crumbling ruins. It's hard to believe that this was once their home. This is one of the reasons why we scavengers take pride in our work. But through these artifacts, we were able to learn more of the past, so that it's not forgotten. Thank you kindly. There's one last thing I would ask of you, if I may be so bold. We are now ready to return to Twine, but I'm afraid that I picked a rather nasty injury while fending off those beasts. It's not serious and should heal in time, but it will take a while for me to complete the return journey. I would be grateful if you could go ahead and let our friend know that we are on the way. We will see you in Twine. First, let me explore this corner here. Then we can return to Twine. So, did you find my fellow scavengers? I'm so relieved. My reputation is safe. Also, my friends are not dead. But one of them is injured, you say. I should make sure he's at least reaches Twine before he keels over. Unfortunately, we do not heal in the same way as humans or want so their treatment will not work on us. He will need freshly prepared ointment to seal the wound, made according to our traditional recipe. While I can get most of the ingredients here in Twine, I still need 2 plump, juicy rock wrigglers. If you could go and catch them for me, I will take care of the rest. They like to hide in the cracks, so try hooking them out with his knife. Time is of the essence, so please do not dilly or dally. You have a rock wrigglers? This repulsive invertebrate's highly vicious blood renders it entirely inedible to all but the most desperate of desert dwellers. Excellent. Once I squeeze out their blood and mix it with the other ingredients, the ointment will be ready. But before we leave, my friends wish to offer their thanks. You were under no obligation to help us, but you did so without a thought for your own safety. We will never forget you. And the rest of Twine is sure to be impressed by our adventures. I'm glad to be alive to tell the tale. Your deeds will live on in the stories we share with our children and our children's children. Fare we well. Oh, the quest name sounds nice. I drink, therefore I am in trouble. Don't hit me. Oh wait, you're not good logger. He's a local fuck who made the mistake of drinking with, and up saying all sorts of things like, think you're tough, do you? A maid could wipe the floor with you. Gods only know why I said that. There ain't a word of truth in it. Cause he didn't see the funny side. He told me to bring his friend of mine and he'd fight me instead. So I was wondering, could you go and sort him out for me? I'll make it worth your while, I swear. Big sister's watching you. Could I ask a favor of you? My two brothers set out from Mount Biran mines to see if there's anything worth salvaging, but they have been gone an awfully long time. Would you be able to go and look for them? I'd go myself, but I hear the place is crawling with all sorts of nasty creatures. And fighting is not my forte. I don't expect you to do it for free, of course. Okay. I bought her, just like I said I would. Scrawny streak of piss like you. Don't make me laugh. I've killed sin eaters with my bare hands, so you won't even make me break a sweat. And after I'm done with this feeble sack of shite, you're next. Since I'm feeling generous, I'll let you take the first swing. Better make it a good one, cause you won't get a second chance. So probably me, it's really painful. Bloody hell, you actually did it. Alright, let's head back before any of the wildlife takes an interest in us. But ought to take him down a peck or two. Doubt he'll stick around here after a beating like that. They'll have to choose who I drink with more carefully from now on. Got a habit of saying all sorts of nonsense when I'm in my cups. Damn near earned me an early grave, and I'm lucky that you showed up when you did. Many thanks to you. Everywhere's the same problem? Okay, and the other quest. Hey, stocky miner. Who are you? Your sister asked me to look for you. She was bloody right when she said it was dangerous here. We went into a pack of coyotes and were separated when we tried to outrun them. I got away, but I don't know what happened to my brother. Hopefully he found somewhere to hide. Will you help me look for him? Hey, your brother said the boy's looking for you. I need send you find us. Thanks, stranger. I'd better go and see if my brother's alright. And report back. I never thought I'd be so happy to see him. Now that we've got reinforcement, we should be able to carry on where we left off. It'll be a lot easier with someone to cover our backs. Hold on now, she didn't come here for that. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let me give you this. It's the least we can offer you for coming to our rescue. The Brother Load. If you're willing to take on some more work, we'd be glad for your assistance. We actually came here not to gather rocks or such, but as you might expect in a mine, but timber. We're hoping to repair our house, and we take whatever we can get our hands on. In fact, rather than have you guard us, it might be more efficient to have you collect wood too. Let's split up and keep a close eye on each other and try not to wander. And wood. Coyote. What have you found? 2 stacks of timber. Nice and strong, free from rot. That should be enough for now. The 2 of us will carry this back to Twine. By the sounds of it, Anine was planning on paying you for coming to our rescue, so I'll tell her to throw in the coin for helping us with the timber too. There you are. The boys told me what you did for them. Now, you might think that we're idiots for going to mine mines to collect timber of all things. I mean, they're still idiots, don't get me wrong, but the idea is entirely without merit. You see, the closure of Daedalus Stoneworks meant that we had to rely on goods brought in from other lands. The prices range from expensive to ludicrous. That's why we try to make do with what's available, which, as you can tell, is not an awful lot. But no matter how hard up we may be, we still have each other. I can't thank you enough for seeing my brothers got home safe and sound. Yeah, so much running in this episode, which I probably cut out. I hang those down here on. Finally finished, then. Gnomes didn't get in your way, did they? There seem to be more and more of them these days. Makes even filling the lamps a pain in the ass. Still, can't let them stop us from doing our job. Just another occupational hazard. Anyway, here's your pay. Good work, Sinner. Have you seen a gnome before? Everybody hates them because they eat our gems and attack people. I want to go into the mine and find them, but everyone says I'm too young. What do you think? Those things crunch rocks and make short work of you. I'm not scared of those stupid gnomes, but maybe you're right. Why don't you show me how it's done? If you can beat that really old and nasty one, I'll be impressed. I want to see how brave you are. Defeat 2 gnomes and slay the elderly gnome when it appears. Okay. Right, boy is over here. You did it! It was all my idea. Thanks to me, the mine's safe. I'm sorry for the trouble he put you through. All's well that ends well, I suppose. You've certainly done us miners a favor. And I'm sure he would have been there beside you if you were older. He just needs to wait till he's strong enough to back up that big mouth of his. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to him and clear out the mine, though. It's not much, but please accept this as a show of thanks. Will do. Excuse me, miss. That bloke you were talking to dropped his pipe. Seems sort of old. Might be worth something. I'd run over and give it back to him, but I've got a job to do. Maybe you could do it instead? Back to town. Hey, chiseled miner. Let me guess, my boy's up to his old tricks again? Not only is it exquisitely decorated, it also appears to be far too large and cumbersome to be carried by a miner at work. My pipe! Been looking for this. Can't thank you enough for bringing it back to me. There's a bit of a story behind it, you see. If you have time, please come and meet me at the graveyard. I'd like to tell you a tale, if I may. I'm glad you decided to join me. You see, this pipe was once owned by a much-loved and respected member of our community, who now rests beneath his very soil. He was a good friend of many of us, myself included, and came from a long line of Ronso, going all the way back to the great Nuvi. The mine was named after his ancestor. He always felt a sense of pride in his work, and that went deeper and deeper into the rock. No matter what happened, he never gave up. After the Talos masters left 15 years ago, we ran into all sorts of problems. We lost so many good workers to cave-ins, sin eater attacks, injury, and simply leaving for better prospects elsewhere. Even then, he kept digging. But he is no longer with us. We tried to follow the example he set. I always carry his old pipe with me as a memento of the days we spent together. I'm grateful to you for taking the time to listen. It's good to know that someone from outside of Twine has an interest in the work we do, and the reasons why we keep going, in spite of everything. Which reminds me, I need to see the others about getting rid of those wretched gnomes, but I hope I will have a chance to speak with you again one day. Very well. Okay, but that is a nice enough end, I think, for this episode. Until next time, when we as first deal with his questline here. These questlines with a picture tend to be just long enough for an episode. And yeah, after that, episode after next, we return to the main quest. And with that I say, until next time, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.